Good day, everyone. We are Group 11, and we will be discussing what is saw earlier about the Surrogate Mother Experiment. Let me introduce to you my group mate. And by the way, I'm Norlin from Insulangan, and we have Ariana Osman, Krisa Omar Villarte, and Alidato Sanday. So these are the objectives of our Surrogate Mother Experiment. First is to examine the role of comfort in child attachment. Second, to determine the impact of maternal deprivation on emotional development. Third, to compare food-based attachment, comfort-based attachment, comfort of human surrogate mother-based attachment, and learning-based attachment to a child. Lastly, to study the effects of early attachment on social behavior. And for the introduction of our experiment, when we hear the word surrogate or mother surrogate, I know some of you thinks a lot about this word. It's very controversial in terms of parenting. Surrogacy is a broad term used to describe situations when a woman agrees to carry a pregnancy for someone else with the intent of giving custody over to the intended parents. Kung napanood niyo yung TV series na Jane the Virgin, yung pinalabas sa ABS-CBN dati, yung accidentally na inseminate siya ng doctor ng sperm cell ng lalaki tapos boom, ayun, nabuntis siya kahit virgin pa siya. Parang ganito yung case ng surrogacy. Nagkakaroon ka ng baby sa sinapupunan mo na pwede mo palang masabi na hindi mo anak, na hindi kayo related. In reality, there are actually many different types of surrogacy. For human, in there is traditional surrogacy, which is the embryo is created with the surrogate's own egg, usually through intrauterine insemination or IUI. After carrying and giving birth to the baby, the surrogate will have to go through an additional process to terminate her parental rights, as she will be the biological mother of the child. Because of the emotional and legal complexities involved in traditional surrogacy, it is the less commonly used method of surrogacy today. On the other hand, there is gestational surrogacy, which is the new norm of intended parents and surrogates. In this type of surrogacy, a surrogate does not use her own egg and therefore is not biologically related to the child she's carrying. Typically, an embryo will be created by the intended parents using a donated sperm or egg, if necessary through an in vitro fertilization or IVF, and will then be transferred to the surrogate's uterus. This topic of surrogacy recently was put on the spotlight after several personalities and celebrities announced the arrival of their babies formed through surrogacy. So, if you happen to know perfume tycoon Joel Cruz, yung may-ari ng aficionado, uh, he had three sets of twins from Russian surrogate mother, as you can see here. And also, dermatologists Victoria Bello and Hayden Coe would not have their charming, witty, and smart Princess Scarlet Snow Bello if not for surrogacy. Lastly, Karina Sanchez and Mar Rojas announced the arrival of their twins Pepe and Pilar, and these are all example of gestational surrogacy. But in this experiment, we focus on the case of Harry Harlow's famous Mackey experiment, where here we have the two primary types of surrogacy, which are contact comfort surrogacy, provided by a soft cloth surrogate mother, and nutritional surrogacy, provided by a wire surrogated mother that delivers food with the monkeys overwhelmingly preferring the contact comfort surrogate even when it doesn't provide nourishment. So here in contact comfort surrogacy or contact comfort surrogate, this surrogate typically made of soft cloth provides physical closeness and comfort to the infant monkey, demonstrating the importance of tactile stimulation beyond just feeding for attachment development. So, on the part of nutritional surrogate, this surrogate, usually made of wire, only provides the ability to access milk or food but lacks the soft contact that is crucial for emotional well being. So, attachment and caregiving play a crucial role in the emotional and social development of child. The mother surrogate experiment, originally conducted by psychologist Harry Harlow, aimed to explore the nature of attachment and the importance of maternal comfort in early development. In our study, as Group 11, we investigate whether child develops stronger bonds with a surrogate mother that provides nourishment or one that offers tactile comfort, or a human surrogate mother that provide him security or a surrogate mother that provide him learning. As Group 11, our experiment designed to examine the behavior and psychological effect of maternal separation, surrogate caregiving, surrogate nourishment, surrogate entertainment or happiness in terms of gadget, and surrogate learning by analyzing child's responses to different surrogate conditions. So we aim to better understand the significance of warmth, security, nourishment, and learning and physical contact in fostering healthy emotional development. The findings of this experiment have implication not only for experiment itself, but also for understanding human child development, parental bonding, and the effect of early deprivation on mental well-being. So, kahit tayo din naman na adult, 'di ba? Some of us nakakaranas din tayo ng mga surrogate mother experiences like yung sa biological mother sa abroad na nahiwalay sa mga anak nila. Biological mother as ward mother, that her money is used to provide food and basic necessities of the child. Attached lang yung ibang mothers sa mga anak nila in terms of financial needs. But in terms of caring or comforting the child, iba na yung gumagawa like yung lola nila or yung tita nila na nagiging contact comfort surrogate mother na nila. Kasi malayo na yung biological mother na malayo na yung biological mother sa isa't isa sa kanila. So second example here is yung mga busy na nanay na kahit dito rin yung presence nila pero yung oras nila sa trabaho versus the nanny as surrogate na nagbibigay sa anak nila ng assistant comfort when biological mother is not around, sila yung substitute. Another example is sa mga foster parents at adopted child and even sa relative like yung sa aunt natin versus mother itself na yung aunt na yung nagbibigay ng ibang needs ng bata na hindi kayang ibigay ng biological mother because hindi na siya naaasikaso sa sobrang busy. So, we decided to conduct this experiment pero hindi nakatutok sa controversial topic na surrogacy of human being. At hindi rin nakatutok sa controversial dark side of science na katulad ng ginawa ni Harry Harlow na bumuhos ng ilang taon para lang sa maraming monkey para gawing experiment to the point na nagkakaroon na ng anxiety yung mga hayop sa kanya dahil sa pinaggagawa niya. Kaya nga natawag na dark side of science yung experiment niya. That's why we decided to do it in a mild way na hindi makaapekto sa child development ng participant. And for the background of the study, so here, the concept of maternal attachment has been a critical area of research in psychology and development science. So, early studies, particularly those conducted by Harry Harlow in the 1950s and 1960s, explored the nature of infant attachment and the role of mother's presence in emotional and psychological development. His experiments with rhesus monkeys challenged previous beliefs that attachment was solely based on the provision of food, instead of highlighting the importance of comfort, warmth, and security in fostering strong emotional bonds. So, Group 11 study seeks to further investigate the effect of surrogate caregiving on participant by analyzing the participant behavior, stress responses, and interaction with different surrogate mothers. We aim to understand how early attachment experiences shape emotional and social well-being. The result of this study have broader implication for understanding human parenting, the consequences of neglect, and the importance of emotional care in early childhood development. So, just to give you a little background of our study here, our participant is Alice, Al Arif Silongan Ali. He was 4 years old child and fourth child of his parents, and he lives in Cotabato City and a responsible child, concerned, playful, and shy. So before we conducted this experiment, we asked for parental consent of the parents of the child, even though uh, I'm his aunt who was involved in the experiment, just for the sake of formality. We made a letter that was duly signed by the parents of the participant since he was minor. And we put the purpose of the experiment and asked for parental consent of the concerned parties, as you can see here. And for the apparatus here, the mother surrogate experiment requires specific apparatus to study child attachment behavior. So the key material include here is M1, which is the learning mother 1 for learning, M2 for mother 2 or food nourishment, M3 for human surrogate mother 2 warmth and comfort and security, and M4 that stands for gadget mother 4 or entertainment. So we have here three artificial mother figures designed to stimulate learning, nourishment, and entertainment, and one's human surrogate mother that was closely to the child or aunt for comfort and security. So M1 here, or learning mother 1, is a chair that has pen and paper that provide child to learn to write and to draw whatever he wants. M2 here, or the food mother 2, nourishment, object like a chair serve as mother 2 that is filled with foods, waters that a child basic needs sustain. So for the M3, this is what we call human surrogate mother 3, or warmth and comfort. This is me here, providing assistance and warm comfort and security to him. And M4 here, gadget mother 4, entertainment, which is another chair that is filled with entertainment to watch. So other things that we need here is the participant or the child. So this is our subject of the experiment, separated from his biological mother to observe attachment behaviors to different surrogate mothers. Next is food and drinks. So we have here foods such as Yakult and water bottle attached to the chair mother surrogate to test whether nourishment alone foster attachment, and also the controlled environment. We have a secured isolated setting where the child interact with the surrogate mothers, minimizing external influences. And in this case, we use the biology classroom as a controlled environment or controlled room. And the observation of the equipment here, we have the cellular device, which is we use that to record child behavior without human interference. We have the laptop, which is attached to the chair as internal to the child. And we also have the chair as the surrogate mother and other chairs that serve as barriers. And we also have the timers and data sheet for uh, documenting time spent with each surrogate. And lastly, we have the stress stimuli. This is a conditions used to test emotional security, such as the human mother surrogate when leaving the child, or sudden noise, or to observe the participant's response and preference for comfort. So for the procedure here, the mother surrogate experiment that we execute is designed to examine attachment behavior in child when presented with four types of surrogate mothers. The procedure follows these key steps. First, selection of subject. So our first plan is that initially our subject or participant was a female child, niece of one of our classmates, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, we came out with another plan B, which is my nephew, a male toddler who is 4 years old, and we asked for the permission verbally and through parental consent to his mother and father for formality of this experiment. And as you can see on the previous slide, we do have our parental consent. Next is the experimental setup. So the child or the participant here is placed in a controlled environment. In this case, we chose the biology classroom, and I oriented the participant what to do, instruct him in a manner or the language that he understand, as you guys observed on the video earlier. I asked him to choose where he wanted to go and so on and so forth. So two surrogate mothers are introduced first, just like what Harry Harlow's did, which is an artificial type mother's figured. We just put two objects as his mother, the two chairs, which we call M1 or the learning mother one, a chair that has pen and paper that provide child to learn to write and to draw whatever he wants. And it's like mother is teaching child to write. And we also have the M2, which is food mother true for nourishment. And we had put an object like a red chair here serve as his food mother too. So that is filled with foods, water that a child basic needs sustain, and a surrogate mother that will feed him, provide him nourishment. Then we add the third human mother surrogate, which is me here. So, which is M3 or human surrogate mother. So, ito yung twist namin. Ito yung part na hindi nagawa ni Harry Harlow, yung may taong involved sa experiment niya since, uh, excuse me, napaka-controversial niya na topic. Kaya ang ginawa namin, partly artificial and partly authentic. Artificial sa part ng 3 surrogate mother and authentic sa part ng M3, which is yung human surrogate mother, which is ako. So M3 here was not part of the plan, but we decided to include it since it was kind of strange to him to go to the 3 surrogate mothers at first. And at the same time, just to make a twist in Harry Harlow's experiment, that instead of putting two artificial surrogate mothers, why not put another genuine type of surrogate mother that can move and help him at the same time, comfort him and secured him? So then we add the third artificial surrogate mother, the M4 or the gadget mother for uh, which is for entertainment. So a chair that is filled with entertainment to watch nursery rhymes and other videos that he likes because nowadays children are very attached to the gadget that it came to the point that this became the substitute for mother when they are busy doing their things. So next is observation of behavior. The child is given free access to all surrogate mothers, and we experimenters records time spent with each surrogate to determine preferences and observe his behavior as well while he was in different surrogate mothers. Next is testing emotional security. So the child are exposed to mild stressors here, such as sudden noise, and when he felt he was left by his M3 or human mother surrogate 3. So, ang ginawa namin dito sa pag-test ng emotional security niya is ginulat siya ng videographer namin twice. Una, yung nag-hello yung videographer sa participant. Second is yung kumanta naman siya at sinabayan niya yung nursery rhyme ng M4. So, yung pangatlong stress stimuli namin is ako as M3 or human mother surrogate 3 here. So, uh, umalis ako ng paunti-unti tapos tinitignan namin kung mapapansin niya ako na umalis. Then, ginawa ko din to siya twice. So, observations are made on whether the child seek comfort from the M2 food mother to surrogate or remain with the M4 gadget mother for surrogate, or he will look for M3 human mother surrogate 3, or he will continue to learn to draw and write. Next is data collection. So we document the child's behavior, attachment pattern, and sign of distress, and feeding habits are monitored to see if the M2 or food mother 2 surrogate is approached only for nourishment. We also monitor how long he stays on different surrogate mothers, and we tally every details. So as you can see here in the next slide, we have the data sheets, which is a child attachment on each surrogate mothers. So here in this table, we have recorded the child attachment on each surrogate mothers. In total of 22 minutes and 22 seconds, there are 11 rounds here. Green here, as you can see here, represents M1 or learning mother 1. Next is red table here represents food mother 2. And the yellow table here represents M3 or human mother surrogate 3. And lastly, the blue color here represents the M4 or gadget mother 4. So we also include the remarks as total spent on every round with 4 surrogate mothers. So in the last column, you can see the total time spent of our participant in every surrogate mother. And for the result and discussion, um, in the next slide. So the observation from the mother surrogate experiment revealed clear patterns in child attachment behavior. So preference for the M1 or learning mother 1. A child forms attachment through reinforcement and learned associations. So M1 can shape behavior, but it's not sufficient alone. Emotional responsiveness and comfort are more critical for healthy attachment. Sa learning mother na part, parang hindi siya mahilig mag-aral or matuto sa edad niya. As toddler, mas gusto niya maglaro, manood ng nursery rhyme at kumain. Yan ang findings namin. So, here naman sa preference for the M2 or food mother 2, a child forms attachment primarily because the surrogate mother provides food for nourishment. It leads to weak emotional bonds as comfort and security plays a more significant role in attachment than food alone. So, pinakamadalas na puntahan dito is yung food mother or yung M2 dahil bukod sa nasusustain yung basic needs niya, as we observe, natutuwa siyang nakakakita ng maraming food. Naakit siya sa food na parang gusto niyang tikman lahat at pagilid-gilid pa siya sa M2, umuupo, umikot, but the thing is that it leads to weak emotional bonds. Parang hindi to nakakabuti sa bata. Next here is preference for the M3 or human surrogate mother. So a child forms an emotional bond with M3, a substitute caregiver who provides comfort and security even if it's not his biological mother. M3 here can lead to secure attachment if consistency and responsiveness are present, but inconsistency can cause emotional struggles, just like what we saw earlier. So, kung mapapansin niyo, pinaka-least niya puntahan kahit na ito yung nagbibigay sa kanya ng comfort, inaalagaan siya, tinutulungan sa mga bagay na hindi niya kayang gawin mag-isa. Minsan, kahit na close na sila ng M3 kasi syempre tita niya ako, hindi pa rin masabing naka-attach yung participant sa akin. Or yeah, so that is because inconsistent yung pakikitungo ng M3 sa participant. Parang hindi tuloy-tuloy, hindi siya 100% na nakafocus sa participant. Pero nung nawala yung M3, which is ako, what we discover here is that paunti-unti niya akong hinanap. Nung unang attempt, nakikiramdam muna ang participant tsaka tumakbo sa pintuan ng room para hanapin ako. Nung nakita niya halos lumipad na, nung nakita niya ako, halos lumipad siya sa tuwa, sa excitement. Tapos, ayun, balik ulit sa ginagawa niya. And that was 13 seconds only. Sa second attempt naman, parang mild lang yung reaction niya. Pero nung tumagal, naging observant na siya. Nag-alala na siya kung saan yung M3 or uh, ako as her mother surrogate. So, nararamdaman na niya yung fear, yung pag-aalala niya na nag-trigger sa kanya para tumakbo pa exit, para tumakbo pa exit ulit para hanapin ako as M3. At nung nakita niya, nakampante na siya. Hindi niya madalas puntahan yung M3. In fact, pinakalis niya puntahan. Pero nagbi-build ng emotional attachment sa kanya, yung M3. nagkakaroon ng mild emotional struggle ang participant nang hindi na niya makita ang presence ng M3. Attachment yun dito is through physical closeness na nagbibuild ng social confidence sa kanya. Nung nabawasan ng attachment ng participant sa mga surrogate mothers niya, lumipat naman yung attention niya sa gadget mother. So, nakikisayaw na siya, nakikinig na sa nursery rhyme, nagbibuild ng social confidence para lalo siyang mag-interact sa ilang tao or sa ibang tao. So, ito pa, may video pa dito na ito yung sa second attempt, yung kanina first attempt. So, next slide here is the effects of maternal deprivation. So, he didn't look for his biological mother because he also enjoyed his surrogate mothers even in a small period of time. And for the observation of behavior or testing here or emotional security, kung mapapansin niyo kanina yung first testing is nag-hello yung videographer. Yung sa second testing naman, nakikanta yung participant, I mean yung videographer with the participant. So yung third naman is yung M3 which is ako, I leave the room, I leave the control room for a short period of time. And yung sa second attempt ko naman, um, umalis na naman ako sa control room in a long period of time. So, participant on M1 here, yung first na result is no reaction at all. He's just staring. So, on the second, participant on M2, he just stared at the experimenter, then ran into the M2. And participant on M3 here, he began to be observant, wondering where is M3, where he found out he was very happy. And participant on M4, or here, he still focused on M3 while on M4, but this time he is calm. Next is data collection. So, in Harry Harlow's famous experiment, particularly those with rhesus monkeys, data collection was a key part of how he gathered evidence to study the nature of attachment, comfort, and social behavior. So, we use this process as well. So, kung makikita niyo sa bar graph na ginawa namin, it's very obvious na yung participant is na-attach talaga sa four surrogate mother. Sa M1 na color green, dito kung mapapansin nyo, halos hindi siya visible sa round 1 and 4 and 7 and 9. Naging visible lang siya sa round 5 and 6 at round 10 to 11. So sa M2 naman, which is yung food mother na color red, walang palya every round, lagi siyang may attendance sa lahat ng rounds. So sa M3 naman, which is yung yellow graph, makikita lang natin sa round 2, 7, 8, and 11. Lastly, sa M4, yung gadget mother s- or second mother, lastly sa M4, yung gadget mother, second siya sa pinakamadalas puntahan ng participant. Dito naman sa chart result, makikita yung total time na na-consume niya sa bawat surrogate mothers. Well, sa 22 seconds, 22 minutes and 22 seconds na experiment, sa M2 or food mother 2 yung binigay, yung pinaka na-consume yung time niya na, uh, I mean, sa 22 minutes and 22 seconds na experiment, sa M2 or food mother 2 yung pinaka na-consume yung time niya na 767 seconds or katumbas ay 12 minutes and 7 seconds. Sinundan naman ito ng M4 na nag-consume siya ng 495 seconds or katumbas ay 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Third in rank naman ang M1 which is 60 seconds or 1 minute lang, and last talaga yung sa M3, yung sa banding namin, yung human surrogate mother which is ako, which is 57 seconds lang siya nagstay sa akin. So this is the total time consumed in each mother surrogate supported by a data from our group. So here naman, we have the line graph result. This line graph represents how a participant is flexible in doing multiple tasks. Sa line graph, kung mapapansin nyo, may mga part ng line na nagbabanggaan yung series at round kasi yun yung time na nag-multitask yung participant sa bawat surrogate mother. At a young age, nag-multitask na pala yung ibang bata katulad ng participant namin. Excuse me. So, ang conclusion namin dito is this mother surrogate experiment confirms that nourishment, comfort, and emotional security are essential for a healthy attachment and development. Essential kasi although hindi niya pinupuntahan masyado yung M3, nakakaramdam siya ng fear nung akala niya iniwan na siya ng human surrogate. At meron din sa M3 human mother surrogate na part na hindi kayang gawin ng mga artificial surrogate like yung movement, yung bantayan siya, mag-open ng food niya, buhatin siya, alagaan siya, and kung consistent ito ginagawa sa participant, hindi siya makakaramdam ng yung being alone or nag-iisa. In terms of food mother naman, mas nakataon ng participant sa basic human needs. Parang ito yung binigyan niya ng importansya. Parang na-conclude namin dito na yung bata practical, ayan yung magutom at mauhaw. Parang kailangan talaga niya yung basic human needs. Gulatin man siya, iwan man siya ng human surrogate mother, ma-entertain man siya ng mother gadget, food pa rin ang priority niya, which is hindi magandang senyales kung nakatuon lang sa food yung participant. Sa gadget mother naman, hindi ito napapansin ng karamihan sa mga magulang na two-third pala ng oras ng bata nakatuon dito, halos mag-agawan sila sa food mother. So here in our experiment, we conclude that food was the primary basis for attachment. The child preference for the M3 human surrogate mother highlights the significance of comfort of warmth, softness, and security in attachment formation. Participant here is less likely attached in learning mother, while food, gadget, or entertainment and learned behaviors plays important roles in reinforcement. Comfort-based attachment is most essential for emotional security. Human surrogate caregivers can provide strong attachment if they offer consistent comfort and responsiveness. So, kung maibibigay ng human surrogate mother or ng biological mother in real life situation and comfort, yung nourishment, consistent security and warmth, learning and entertainment all in one frame, malaki ang possibility na ang kanilang anak ay lalaking masaya at hindi kulang sa aruga or masasabi nating hindi pinabayaan or parang healthy. So that ends our report, and we are now open for questions and clarification if you have any. And thank you so much for watching and listening. That's about it. Bye.